As we all may know by this point, Overwatch 2 is launched with many issues, but those came and went. A more controversial issue that nobody is talking about is medals. Medals were a way of showing if you were first, second, or third in any major statistical category. Push yourselves, teammates, and or friends to doing better not only for yourselves, but as a team. I remember competing with my friends and healing for the gold medal, competitively healing anyone who would take more than 10 damage as quickly as possible. Same with damage done. If I wasn't gold in damage and kills as a DPS, I knew I was the problem and would just adjust. Many of us would push ourselves to be more competitive using medals as motivation. As well as for matches where our team is just getting steamrolled, opening up the menu to see some gold medals was worth some of the time you just put into getting demolished. But ultimately, some people think it's a negative. Can we just not have medals in Overwatch 2? There is no aspect of this game that I find more counterproductive than the medal system. It's not that it isn't right sometimes or wrong sometimes, it's just a huge distraction for the basic effort of winning the game. Okay, so there's people that claim that it's just a huge distraction for the basic effort of winning the game, which is probably true for the new people who have a bronze and no other medals the whole match and just rather focus on that rather than switching heroes. Now, I am not perfect. I've had my gray and bronze medal games, but what I gained from it was that I needed to make the adjustment that best suits me and my team in this situation, especially if we are losing the game. Some people would rather blame their teammates. An example, if they were a Pharah getting demolished by a soldier or Hanzo, and instead of realizing that they are getting hard countered, they blame the other DPS or tank for letting them get clapped and blame healers for not pocketing them, using any reason to explain why they are 5 and 10 with bronze elims. These are the type of people who got flustered and caught up, and when they pop open the menu and see 2 bronzes and all grays, it gets to their head. So maybe I do agree, it is a huge distraction for people who suck at the game and are tired of the game telling them that they suck. The post then continues, I'm all for stats, but report them at the end of the game. I realize that people will say that medals help newbies, but there are many ways to help newbies that don't become barriers to self-reflection. And when he says become barriers to self-reflection, this is just another way to say, hey, a lot of us can't take constructive criticism at all and real stats from the game, and this is not fair. This is just a flimsy excuse and really just preys on the new players as their selling point and excuse. Sure, new players are going to suck. I know I do in most of the games I'm new to. But you gotta realize that most people that are new to a game recognize that there is a learning curve. The thing is, for people like this guy posting, it seems he barely got around the curve and has just been stuck at the end of the bend. If you are bad at the game, I find it insane to blame the in-depth statistics telling you, hey, you suck. If you're tired of seeing bronze and just empty spots for your medals, maybe it's just how you play the game. I'm not even surprised that Blizzard took him out of the game, since it seems they just know how to do only right for the community. But maybe, just maybe, bring back the medals and tell these poor kids the classic you get better when asked why they did. They need to go. Some people don't get that Mei and Sombra aren't meant to have gold or in some instances even silver damage, and that Ana and Mercy can easily be out-healed by heal-botting Lucio or Brig. Okay, so here's more into a thought process of a bot. Let's just start with glaring issues that this person thinks it's acceptable for a Brig to have more healing than a Mercy. The fact that people agree with this person and upvoted it goes to show what excuse people will go to over not having a gold when they should. Sure, a good Lucio can barely beat out a Mercy in healing, but a Brig is insane. Being Mei, I see zero reason not to be silver or better in damage. Same with Sombra, she can sit behind tanks and deal damage. Use Sombra to just hack and that's it, is just a poor playstyle. Zero excuses to be a DPS and have bronze or less in damage and elims. It's a crime to you and a crime to your team. I was looking more into this and I stumbled upon this community on Reddit. Overwatch medals are useless. And then it goes to read, you can't improve if you think you are already the best. This sub is for showing how deceiving and irrelevant the medals and other numbers with no context can be in Overwatch. Medals and other numbers with no context are deceiving and irrelevant. These people are delusional, man. If you want another video of me going into the trenches with these bots, leave a comment. 5 comments, I'll just go ahead and do it. Overall, we need medals back though. Sure, there's a few cocky dudes, but overall I think it holds people accountable and has a positive impact on those who can handle their food a little warmer than usual.